Now! You're going so fast!
On the 5th of March 2023, a Bexley, Ohio police officer stopped a vehicle for an expired registration. The driver had 2 outstanding warrants and chose to flee. What followed ended with 4 years and 9 months in prison. The first legal question is whether the traffic stop itself was constitutional. Under the Fourth Amendment, a stop is a seizure and requires reasonable, articulable suspicion that a law has been violated.
Hello, my name is Officer Davis. I'm with the Bexley Police Department. The reason why I pulled you over, because you tried to dip out on me. I saw your registration was expired.
I made a wrong turn. I stay on this street. I actually stay in this next house.
Okay. You have your driver's license, proof of insurance on you? You don't have it? You don't have a driver's license or you don't have it on you?
I don't have it on me.
Okay. What's your, your social, your driver's license number?
No, I do not.
You don't have, is the vehicle registered to you?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your name?
Tamara.
All right, hold tight for me. So I'm coming down Livingston or Main Street. I see the car. I see the plates are like more than likely expired. I haven't run it yet, but I'm like, I'm not. It's fine, whatever. As soon as I get close up to it, they dip off into the First Union or the First Union Bank thing, and then I just pull around and park. Well, then they come out and they sit there, and then they want to come back eastbound on Main Street, but then they see me, and then they come back and cut down Roosevelt, and I'm like, what are you doing? So then I swooped them, pulled them over. The registration is expired. She says she doesn't have her license either. I'm gonna chat her to see if she's valid or anything. There is a passenger.
It's 2 people?
Yes, it's 2 people.
They say why they were dipping?
She said she made a wrong turn, so then she just can't. She lives 2 houses up, is what she said. But her address on here is
2 houses up from where?
From here. I live 2 houses up from here, is what she said.
From Roosevelt?
Yeah, from where we're at right now, 2 houses up. Okay. I need to see who the passenger is though, and make sure he's good to take the car or whatever.
Well, we can deal with that later.
Pull her out? Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, Miss Harris, I need you to step out of the vehicle for me.
All right, can I go in the house and pee real quick?
Unfortunately, I cannot let you do that. I will make every effort to get you to the restroom as soon as possible.
So what am I stepping out the car for?
Because you have 2 warrants for your arrest.
2 warrants?
2 warrants, yes ma'am.
What's the warrants for?
I can explain all that to you once you get back in my cruiser.
I would like to know what's my warrants for before I get interviewed.
Okay, I need you to step out of the cruiser. Step out of your car right now, ma'am. I need you to step out of the car right now. I need you to step. You're making this worse. Like, don't make this worse. It's like, it's traffic stuff. Like, don't make this worse. Don't add another charge. Don't elongate this stop. Like, let's just get this over with and be done with it. Don't make this worse. Don't add other charges to this. So you're gonna turn some traffic warrants into a criminal offense. Miss Harris, step out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle now. 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 Don't do that. Do not do that. Do not do that. 26, she's taking off. She's on foot running. Will you stay with the car? I'm on foot behind her. playing with me.
Bro, you're not about to keep choking.
You not. Ain't nobody choke you. Roll over.
Stop, my ankle hurt.
Get on. I don't give a shit that took off running.
Shit.
26. I got one at gunpoint.
Oh.
Open up, man. Come here.
They taking me out the car. I ain't.
You got anything on you?
Code 3. We start a minute.
Do that shit, man.
All right.
I copy.
Man.
Same thing you do. So we get this figured out. We're gonna sit in the car, okay?
All right.
Just leave your phone right there.
Okay. Well, can I hang it up?
Well, I'll get that to you. Just hang on.
I ain't got nothing to do with none of that, man.
Okay. What's your name, bud?
Rashid.
Rashid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you call the ambulance?
No. Roll over. Get on your fucking stomach now.
Hey.
No! Get on your stomach. Get on your stomach now. Get on your stomach now. Get on your stomach now.
My ankle hurts.
Get on your stomach now.
Hold over.
Stop resisting. You're adding more charges.
No, I'm not resisting.
You
My
are.
ankle hurts so bad.
Stop resisting.
My ankle.
Stop resisting.
No,
Stop resisting.
my ankle hurts, please. Ouch.
Stop moving. Stop
Stop
moving.
resisting.
I got one.
All right.
My ankle hurts. Stop.
Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
My ankle hurts.
You got it?
That's more life.
Ow! Oh, I can't breathe.
Stop resisting. Roll over.
No! Wow! Get off of me!
Wanna help? Okay. Man, what's your name?
I have all that. Don't worry about it. Sit up, Miss Harris. Sit up.
I'm gonna help you up, okay? Relax.
No!
Hey, relax.
No! I don't want to...
Is somebody with the car? There's somebody in the car.
Trying
Your
to
brother or
we're trying
somebody.
to help you up, okay? Okay, we can't
She
help
said
you.
she hurt her
Gotta get you
ankle when she
first.
took off running.
Here, sit up. Here you go.
Yeah, I'll sit there with her all night. She going to jail. I can't believe she. Alright. It was traffic. It was literally like traffic warrants. And I'm like, hey, you got some traffic warrants. And then she just takes off.
Did she fall?
I don't know. I didn't see her fall. When I she turned the corner, so I obviously tied off, come around the corner, so she kind of got some distance on me. But then when I get up here, I drew down on her. I'm like, get on the ground. And like, she fell down. She was already like, she was going down. And then she's like, oh, my ankle.
Do you think she slipped in the mud?
I'm sure she did. Like, she's heavier, and you know what I'm saying?
She lost her shoe.
I'm positive she like stumbled or tripped somewhere.
Okay.
Who was that to you? Who was she to you?
That's my friend.
Okay.
It's my homegirl.
Okay. You got some ID on you?
I don't have my ID, but I got my wallet.
Okay. You got any kind of ID on you?
A birth certificate. Like, I'm on probation right now, man. I ain't.
Okay. What are you on probation for?
I'm on probation for child support.
Okay. Broomfield?
Yeah. Like, I didn't listen, man. I was telling her to take me.
I'm with the vehicle. I got the passenger detained.
I was telling her to take me home. You feel me? She made the wrong turn, and then when we turned down the street, I guess the officer pulled up on us or whatever.
Okay.
She had cut the car off. She said, "All right, they're about to cut the lights on." I said, "All right, well, just cut the car off, stop the car."
Yeah.
Boom. I'm sitting there talking to her. I'm like, "Little look,
Spell your first name again.
Rasheed." Yeah, like I was telling her, like, just take me to the crib. She was gonna take me home. And then that's when we had got stopped. And then I guess they had ran her name and all that and said she had 2 warrants. And I'm like, well, look, man, just get out the car and let them do their job.
This is all just for traffic warrants. Ridiculous.
Stupid.
So
Stupid. And look, I'm telling her, I'm like, look, get that handled, you feel me? She like, well, I ain't going to jail. I said, bro, please, bro, just go get shit taken care of. Like, I'm not trying to, I don't have time for this. So then when she did what she did, I'm like, look, I ain't trying to have no parts in this, man.
Okay. Who are you on the phone with?
My cousin.
Okay. Where are you trying to get to?
His house.
Where's that at?
Up north.
Up north. Okay.
And I was telling her, I said, well, look, let me just take, if you go to jail, let me just take your car.
Yeah.
And I'll park it over there. That way, when you get out, your car be good, your phone and all that'll be good.
Yeah. Like I said, this was all unnecessary. All right, just give me a second, okay? Just put your foot in there. And
Thank you.
You don't have any warrants or anything. You said you're on probation?
No, I'm not. I'm on probation, man.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Just sit tight for me, okay?
All right.
The Supreme Court in Delaware versus Prowse established that observing a traffic violation, including an expired registration, provides sufficient legal basis to initiate a stop. That threshold was clearly met here. The driver's evasive behavior prior to stopping, circling through a parking area, and turning down a side street upon seeing the officer further reinforced that suspicion under Illinois versus Wardlow, which recognized unprovoked flight as legally significant. The second legal question concerns the arrest. Once dispatch confirmed 2 outstanding warrants, Officer Davis was legally required to take Miss Harris into custody. A confirmed warrant is among the most constitutionally sound bases for detention under the Fourth Amendment. Under Pennsylvania versus Mims, an officer may also order the driver to exit the vehicle during any lawful traffic stop, no additional justification required. With 2 warrants confirmed, the order to exit was both lawful and mandatory. The third and most complex question is the use of force during the foot pursuit and ground restraint. The controlling standard comes from Graham versus Connor, decided by the Supreme Court in 1989. Graham established that force must be evaluated under an objective reasonableness standard judged from the perspective of a reasonable officer at the scene, not with the benefit of hindsight. 3 factors drive the analysis. Factor 1. The severity of the underlying crime. The original offense's expired registration and outstanding traffic warrants are relatively minor. This factor, standing alone, would not support significant force. Factor 2. Whether the subject posed an immediate threat. At the moment of pursuit, the officer had no confirmed information that Harris was armed. This factor was neutral to low at the initiation of the chase. Factor 3. Whether the subject was actively resisting or evading arrest by flight. This factor weighed heavily in the officer's favor. Harris refused repeated commands, then fled on foot, active evasion of a lawful warrant arrest. When taken together, the Graham factors supported the use of physical control force to effect the arrest. The subsequent discovery of a firearm in the vehicle, though unknown to the officer during the pursuit, is relevant to the broader reasonableness picture. On the weapons charge, Miss Harris had a prior felonious assault conviction. Under Ohio Revised Code Section 2923.13, this made it a felony for her to possess any firearm. A loaded weapon in the vehicle she was driving triggered that statute directly. She ultimately pleaded guilty not to the disability charge but to improperly handling firearms in a motor vehicle under Ohio Revised Code Section 2923.16, a felony, carrying a prison term that ran consecutive to her other active cases. Now for the grades. Officer Davis receives a B. The stop was constitutionally grounded. Dispatch confirmation of warrants was obtained before arrest. Radio discipline during the pursuit broadcasting location and securing the vehicle reflected sound protocol. However, repeated command cycles without tactical variation during the non-compliance phase represented a missed de-escalation opportunity. The use of profanity under stress is understandable, but degrades professional standards. Medical response to the ankle complaint was also slower than best practice requires. Miss Harris receives a C. She was never in a position to avoid arrest, the warrants required it. But every subsequent decision she made increased her legal exposure. Refusing to exit, fleeing on foot, and physically resisting each added criminal charges. The presence of a firearm in the vehicle, given her prior conviction, was a separate and serious felony, entirely independent of her conduct during the stop. What began as a mandatory but routine warrant arrest became a 4-year and 9-month sentence through a compounding chain of decisions. The passenger, Rashid, receives an A-. He remained cooperative throughout, voluntarily disclosed his probation status, and by his own account, actively encouraged Harris to comply. His conduct represents the appropriate model for a passenger in an escalating stop. Lesson 1. Evasive driving before a stop creates additional legal problems. Under Illinois v. Wardlow, flight from police even before formal contact is legally significant and compounds reasonable suspicion. Attempting to avoid a stop rarely succeeds and always worsens the legal position. Lesson 2. Outstanding warrants must be resolved before they resolve you. Miss Harris knew she had unresolved legal matters. Warrants do not expire, they accumulate, and encountering law enforcement with active warrants converts any routine contact into a mandatory arrest. Lesson 3. Flight from a lawful arrest is a felony in Ohio. Under Ohio Revised Code, Section 2921.331, failure to comply with a lawful police order, particularly fleeing, is a criminal offense. It added charges to an arrest that was going to happen regardless. Lesson 4. Prior felony convictions create weapons restrictions that follow you everywhere. Ohio Revised Code Section 2923.13 prohibits any person under a felony disability from possessing firearms. This is not conditional. It applies in a car, at home, anywhere. Violation is itself a felony. Lesson 5. Non-compliance escalates legal exposure exponentially. This case started with a minor misdemeanor expired registration. It ended with a nearly 5-year prison sentence. Each decision point after the initial stop added charges. Compliance at any stage would have reduced that outcome significantly. This case illustrates a pattern courts have repeatedly examined. The gap between what an officer is legally authorized to do and what a subject can practically do to minimize harm to themselves. The law does not require a subject to be happy about an arrest. It does require compliance with lawful orders. The Fourth Amendment protects against unreasonable searches and seizures, not against lawful ones. Where a warrant exists, where a registration is expired, where an order to exit is lawfully issued, those protections do not operate as a shield against the legal consequence of the underlying facts. The discovery of a firearm is the detail that changed the trajectory of this case. Had Miss Harris complied, exited the vehicle, and been transported on the warrants, it is unlikely the firearm would have been discovered in the same manner or created the same legal exposure. Flight triggered a search of the area. The vehicle remained on scene. The passenger was detained. The circumstances that followed from the foot pursuit created the conditions under which the firearm became part of the legal record against her. The legal architecture of this outcome is not complicated. It is a sequence: lawful stop, confirmed warrants, mandatory arrest, refusal to comply, flight, force, firearm, felony. Each link in that chain was produced by a decision, most of them made by the subject. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching.